Hello, I am Stephen Epstein, and I have been defending DWI cases for more than 30 years. The holiday season can be full of festivities and socializing, but driving while impaired can ruin it and destroy lives, including yours and your loved ones. Please make the right choice and do not drive drunk. If you or a loved one have made that mistake, I am here to help. I've been defending DWI cases for more than 30 years. Others promise to do all they can. I am able to do all that can be done. Call me at 516-745-1500. BarkheadEpstein.com.
It's a common sense recap of the big stories. It's Katz and Cosby on 77 WABC.
Everybody is talking about DOGE, which is, of course, the Department of Government Efficiency by Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy. They're making the rounds on Capitol Hill, and someone who is now joining that group in a big, big way is Congressman Thomas Massie from the great state of Kentucky. We love Kentucky. And Congressman, boy, is there a lot to cut. What do you think is going to be on the chopping block?
Oh, well, there is a lot to cut, but I'm going to warn you, I have Republican colleagues who'd rather run over their own mom with a car than to vote to cut spending. So the first trick is going to come up with a list of things to cut. I would cut everything that's redundant. Every state in the United States has a Department of Education. Why do we need a federal Department of Education? Cut that out. I've already got a bill to do it. So I hope DOGE picks that one up. Cut out some of this foreign aid. Oh, my gosh. It's like, funding these other countries is like watering your neighbor's yard while your house is on fire.
By the way, there are a lot of these, like, we're still sending money to Afghanistan. It's like, are you kidding me? The Taliban is in control there. Ding, ding.
Well, not only that, there's no women's rights there.
Right, yeah, and we're sending
where are
money?
the women objecting to no women's rights in Taliban?
Good point.
Hey. In Afghanistan, the inspector general who is overseeing all that money, he told me, and this is verifiable, we bought them like 9 breeding goats to raise wool or something for like millions of dollars. They ate them. He thinks they ate the goats over in Afghanistan that we sent him for breeding.
Unbelievable.
Wow. But you know what? It's a perfect example of how they abuse it.
The only reason Putin attacked Ukraine, he says, well, China got Afghanistan, I got nothing.
There you go. Listen, the second question, you and I could come up with lots of things to cut. And, a lot of these agencies have never passed an audit. The Department of Defense hasn't. Well, how about we start auditing them and then cut the money that they can't account for? But here's the problem. How do you get my colleagues to put this stuff into law? Because I say DOGE is like the Constitution. It's great if you can get Congress to follow it. And so one of the tools we have is called reconciliation. It's some rules in the Senate. My eyes glaze over when I try to understand them. It's a way to pass things in the Senate with 51 votes instead of 60 votes. And I can't understand it. So I told Vivek Ramaswamy, I said, feed the Senate rules into artificial intelligence. Tell it, this is what you want to do, and here are the rules. How do we get it done? And then put that up against the Senate parliamentarian. I say, turn AI onto this problem, too, to cut through the BS.
That's a great point. Congressman, what do you make of the fact that President Biden, and we're going to be talking with Frank Gaffney coming up in just a few moments, but President Biden has been selling parts of the border wall at a time where you guys are trying to save money. He's selling the border wall secretly, the pieces of it for pennies on the dollar. Yesterday, President Trump came out and said, I am urging you, President Biden, to stop this, that this is borderline criminal activity, because we know that President Trump wants to finish the border wall. America wants him to finish the border wall. They voted that way.
Well, so we talked about it in my Judiciary Committee yesterday with Jim Jordan and Andy Biggs. And we were like, okay, what are they doing with the steel? Are they melting it down? Jim Jordan asked, what are they doing with the steel they're selling? And Biggs told him, he said, these are contractors who are buying it for pennies on the dollar. And when Trump gets back in, they want to sell it back to the government. It's going to be the same wall, but the contractors are going to make money on buying it under Biden and selling it back under Trump. We should, there's this thing called a continuing resolution that's going to pass this week, and they're using it like a Christmas tree to attach everything to it. We should attach a law in there to the spending bill that says you can't sell off parts of the wall.
Yeah, it just seems like common sense. Judge Weinberg.
Congressman, good to talk to you. What are your thoughts about the people who work at the Social Security Administration.
The ones who cut the deal with Biden.
They cut a deal with the union, and then they don't have to show up at work for 5 years.
Yeah, till 2029.
And they're trying to lock the Trump administration into that. How do you get around that?
Well, if it's going to be some kind of executive order, then an executive order can undo it. But here's the sad thing. They're going to let those folks work from home, and then they're going to keep all the buildings and pay the heat bill, pay the light bill. If you could get better employees by letting them work at home and you shut down the buildings, maybe, but that's not what they plan to do. And anything that Biden does on his way out by executive order, short of selling.
Well, he did that by that deal with the Social Security Administration workers and the union. That was a collective bargaining agreement. To my mind, that's a violation of public policy, such as self-dealing in the last hours of the administration. It's wrong.
Isn't COVID over? Didn't COVID end, guys?
Yeah, exactly right.
Shouldn't people be coming back to work in their offices to be more productive?
Absolutely, they should. I mean, a lot of these people aren't working, and the unions, they get in their contract that you can't even monitor their mouse to see if it moves on their computer that week. They have software to know if you're actually using your computer. You're not allowed to put it on the government workers' computers. That's ridiculous.
Unbelievable.
That is ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Well, Congressman Thomas Massie, you keep up the good fight. You got to come back on again here. We loved your analogies. They're good.
Thank you.
I think in analogies, but listen, my colleagues think this place is a hot tub. I'm telling you, it's a swamp here in D.C.
Very good. You leave us with a good one. Thank you very much, Congressman. Wonderful to have you here.
Eden Memorial Chapels understands Jewish funerals can take many forms. Some are Orthodox, while others are more conservative or of a Reformed nature. There's no one better. With services close to all New York and New Jersey cemeteries, Eden Memorial Chapels offer fair and balanced pricing and can provide easy transfer of you and your loved ones to Israel. While you're grieving, they're here to take care of all the details so that you deal with less bureaucracy and have more peace of mind. Go to EdenMemorial.com. That's EdenMemorial.com.
Larry Kudlow here with an urgent warning. While we celebrate Trump's historic win, inflation continues to drain your IRA and 401k. And China is now targeting your money with a kill shot on the dollar. That's why thousands of Americans are shielding their savings with gold and contacting the experts at Colonial Metals Group. Gold has protected American wealth through every financial war. For a free 2024 gold guide that explains everything, please go to freegoldguide.com/Kudlow or just call 800-621-3908. The experts at Colonial Metals Group are the only folks I trust to help you bulletproof your wealth with gold. Go to freegoldguide.com/Kudlow or just call 800-621-3908. That's 800-621-3908 for a free 2024 gold guide to learn how you can protect your life's work and if you qualify for a free home safe and up to $7,500 in free silver right now. Freegoldguide.com/Kudlow.